Today, courtroom story takes an unbelievable turn as 23-year-old Whitney De La Cruz found herself facing major backlash after missing a scheduled court appearance connected to a driving while impaired charge. Instead of standing before the judge, she reportedly boarded a flight to Maui with her parents and spent the trip relaxing on vacation while the courtroom waited for her arrival. The moment that information reached the judge, the entire atmosphere inside the hearing changed instantly, and the reaction was anything but calm. Judge Fleer made it clear that the court was taking the situation very seriously and strongly criticized the decision to leave town during an active legal case. From the judge's perspective, a courtroom is not something people can simply place on hold for personal travel plans, especially when criminal allegations are involved. What may have seemed like a simple vacation quickly turned into a much bigger discussion about accountability, responsibility, and respect for the legal system. The case immediately sparked debate among viewers and legal observers because it raised an important question about privilege and consequences. Some people saw the trip as careless and disrespectful, while others argued that missing one court date should not become a national controversy. But one thing became obvious during the hearing. The judge wanted to send a strong message that legal obligations come first and that ignoring a scheduled appearance can carry serious consequences, no matter who you are. This courtroom moment became about far more than a missed date on the calendar. It became a public reminder of what can happen when someone appears to treat the justice system like an inconvenience instead of a responsibility.
She is actually out of the state right now on a vacation that she took with her parents to celebrate their 24th wedding anniversary.
So she would actually defy a court order and go on vacation, even knowing that she's got to come to court? Not cool, man. You know?
Well, I think it was a family event that they had all planned and had prepaid for. And she'll be back in town on Monday.
That's really arrogant. You know, I can't. Would you do that?
Well, obviously I wouldn't do that, Judge, but
I wouldn't do that either. I mean, when is she coming back?
she'll be back on Monday, and she'll be back in Houston on Monday, and I can have her in court first thing on Tuesday, Judge.
I mean, I will grant you the courtesy of Monday, but I mean, it's not cool that you would defy a court order and still go on vacation knowing that you have to come to court. That's a kick in the ding ding, man. You know?
Well, I understand. I think it was a situation where her parents had prepaid for the entire thing for the whole family and didn't want to have the expense of trying to send her back alone early.
Where is she?
She's in Maui, Judge.
Life is good for some, I guess, right? I mean, I'll set it for bond forfeiture for Monday, you know, see what you can do.
Okay.
I mean, I can't believe that someone would really do that and still go to Maui. I don't. When on Monday does she get back, Mr. Mays?
Oh, I will have to ask her that, Judge.
Yeah, tell her that I'm not happy with her. Like, I'm not happy at all. It's just not cool.
I understand.
So just get back, just get a hold of me and let me know.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
It's off the docket. I'm appearing for Nathan Mace. It was, I guess she had a warrant. She had a family trip that was booked for 6 months. It was her parents' anniversary. I don't know. I'm just filling in, but I'm just trying to see if we can.
Yeah, she chose to go on the trip instead of coming to court. Basically, what happened. I mean, I get that you know.
She's present in the gallery, Judge. She's never been in trouble before. I understand.
Is that her?
Yeah, that's her.
Can you bring her up? Yeah. What is it?
The trip had been booked for 6 months.
I get it, but that doesn't justify it. You know, a court date is a court date, and you willfully chose to just defy and say, you know, thumb yourself at the court system, and that's not cool. You know, that shows us that you completely disrespect. You don't care what we say, what we think. That's not how we do things in criminal court, you know? Pavel, what's the cause number?
The judge continued by explaining why the court viewed this case as extremely serious, especially because it involved allegations connected to impaired driving. He emphasized that while some people may treat these cases casually, the court does not share that attitude because the consequences can be devastating for families and entire communities. The courtroom became noticeably more intense as the judge pointed to the growing number of fatal crashes linked to intoxicated drivers across Harris County and described the statistics as both alarming and heartbreaking. From the court's perspective, every impaired driving case represents a real danger that can lead to tragedy, and that is why judges take these charges with such urgency and concern. As the hearing moved forward, the judge announced that the court would begin the probable cause process and then carefully inform the defendant of her constitutional rights. She was reminded that she had the right to remain silent and that any statement she made could later be used during legal proceedings. The judge also explained her right to legal counsel and confirmed that an attorney would be appointed if she could not afford representation herself. The reading of rights marked a major turning point in the hearing because it signaled that the case was moving into a more formal and serious stage where every detail would carry legal importance. According to the information later presented in court, officers were first contacted during the early morning hours of June 1st, 2024, after a request came in involving a possible impaired driver. The call reportedly arrived just before 8 in the morning and triggered the police response that would eventually lead to the charges now being examined inside the courtroom. What started as a routine request for assistance quickly developed into a case that drew major attention because of the circumstances surrounding the defendant and the controversy that followed her missed court appearance.
Truly an astounding and a disgusting statistic. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, ma'am. Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor. On June 1st, 2024, officers were notified by the Humboldt Police Department requesting assistance if possible to the driver at 7:36 in the morning in the target parking lot. Officers advised the suspect was involved in a minor car accident. The driver was identified by her Texas driver's license. Officers could smell a strong odor of alcoholic beverage emitting from the defendant and observed that she had glassy eyes. The defendant stated that she had 4 shots the night prior. They conducted standard sobriety tests, 6 of 6 for the HGM, 2 of 8 for the walk and turn, 0 of 4 for the one leg stand. Officers wrote the DIC, and the defendant consented to our breath, and the results of which were 0.085 and 0.084.
Okay. Can you do me a favor? I guess look to see what other kind of contacts she has with the law. Does she have any priors, any prior DWIs?
She's never been in trouble before. I've got a chief approved PGI offer today. I understand the court's concern. She was not willful, and I know how it seems.
But
I know what you're saying, Judge. I'm just telling you, she's scared for her life. She's never been in court before. She showed up today. She's not on docket today. She's trying to make it right.
if it were me, if I know I pick up a DWI and I have a court case the following week, I'm going to go. I don't care if I have a trip. You know, to me, and I guess other people come from a different cut, but you know, the court system takes precedence over everything else.
I agree, Judge. I'm asking for leniency in this case. She's not a career criminal in any way.
In life, Mr. LaCruz.
I work at my dad's company. I do paperwork, invoicing.
It's a non-destructive testing from oil fields, Judge. She's admin there at the.
How old are you?
22.
Did you graduate high school? How far did you make it?
I graduated high school and I just been working for my dad for a couple years because he had a stroke and he needed help with the company, so I came in and stepped in.
For future reference, this is not the way we do things. You know, and if you ever do this to me again or us, I'm going to hold you in contempt. You know, that's how seriously we take it, and it's really just. It's a slap in the face of the entire criminal justice system to tell us that you'd rather go on a trip than to come to court when you're supposed to come to court.
My dad is system and I told him I have to stay here and
Then your father should be ashamed of himself. And when you go home, I want you to tell him that he should be ashamed of this. He should be ashamed of himself, and that it's not the way we do things. I will reluctantly keep your PR bond in place, or I'll reinstate your bond. I'm going to tell you now, This is the only get out of jail free card that you're going to get from me. You will never get one again. If you ever miss court when you're supposed to be here, you pick up a new case. If you consume alcohol or drugs, I'm going to put you in jail. You will never get another PR bond. You understand, man? So I am going to find probable cause. I am ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or dope, you will go to jail. Tell me, do you have a Texas driver license? Do you have liability insurance in your name?
She has insurance. It's under her father's name. She's on the policy.
I want to make sure that you're named as a covered person. As if you are, then you may continue to drive. Until that point, I just want to know that you're actually a named policy, named under that policy. You have a lawyer. You must stay in contact with the lawyer, which I hope that there won't be a problem.
There's
But
not an issue, Judge. This will never happen again. It's fine.
I get it. If they come back to me and tell me that you've gone MIA, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. So you must stay in contact with them and they will tell you when you have to come back to court. For now, I'll have you go to Victoria. We'll have you sign a reset. After that, you'll get with Trace for your bond conditions and then
It's set 6-7. Can we go?
we're gonna
Yeah. Well,
we'll reinstate the bond now and then we'll just let you pick a new date.
Thank you, Judge. Maybe be excused.
Skipping a court appearance for a vacation may sound shocking enough to dominate headlines, but inside a courtroom, it can quickly destroy a judge's trust and patience. In this case, Whitney De La Cruz was allowed another chance to appear before the court, but the warning from the judge carried serious weight and left little room for future mistakes. The message coming from the bench was direct and unmistakable. The court was willing to give one opportunity to correct the situation, but it would not continue showing unlimited flexibility if the same behavior happened again. What turned this incident into such a major talking point was how a personal vacation suddenly became a much larger discussion about accountability, respect, and responsibility within the legal system. Many viewers watching the hearing began debating whether the response would have been different if another defendant, without resources or support, had missed court under similar circumstances. Some believe the judge reacted too aggressively, while others argued Whitney avoided consequences that could have been far more severe given the seriousness of missing a scheduled court date during an active criminal case. Regardless of where people stand, the hearing showed how seriously courts expect defendants to treat legal obligations, especially when charges connected to public safety are involved. The courtroom moment also sparked a broader conversation about privilege and perception inside the justice system. For some observers, the situation highlighted concerns that certain defendants may receive more patience than others, while critics believe the public backlash itself became part of the punishment. As the hearing unfolded, it became clear that the judge wanted to send a message, not only to Whitney, but also to everyone following the case. Court appearances are not optional events, and personal travel plans do not override legal responsibilities once a case enters the system. Now, we want to hear what you think about the way this case was handled and whether the judge's response matched the situation. Do you believe the court acted fairly, or do you think Whitney was treated more leniently than most people would have been under the same circumstances? Share your thoughts in the comments and join the discussion surrounding this unforgettable courtroom moment. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like the video and subscribe for more real courtroom stories, legal controversies, and dramatic hearings that continue making headlines across the country. We will see you in the next one.